I wasn't.
I got one for y'all.
Go ahead.
Captain Planet.
He's our hero. Gonna take pollution.
They gonna make a movie out of that. Everyone's waiting for the movie.
For Captain Planet?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. They should make something out like that, especially with everything that's going on in the world now.
Yeah, because he was saving the planet. He was dealing with pollution and everything.
That's gonna be corny.
No. With
You
the
don't think
special
so?
effects
If they do
now?
Shazam shit, they can do Captain Planet.
So I want to ask y'all the overall question, and this is what we're gonna talk about in this episode. Why? Oh, look, y'all look scared.
Wait for it.
Why is it so difficult to maintain a relationship? Like we know that when it comes to relationships, we're talking like what, over 50% of marriages, end in divorce or whatever.
I was just reading this.
Oh, really? Yeah. So over 50%. I mean, this has been the stat for a very long time. Like I don't know what the exact number is, but we know it's over 50%. They end in divorce. A lot of times people are breaking up in relationships or random things going on or whatever. We don't even see them get to the point of marriage, right? Understandable. Right. It's a learning curve. That's what dating is, right? You're dating and you're learning yourself. You're learning about other people, how to treat other people, et cetera, et cetera. So why? We are all either in relationships or have been in relationships or, whatever. So I think that we are in positions to be able to at least have an opinion about it. So why is it so difficult to keep a relationship? Why is it so difficult to maintain a relationship? So the floor is open. This is what we're going to talk about. Let's hit it. Ooh. How about we give one word? Tell me one word, one thing that you can think of that makes it difficult. If y'all want me to go first, I will.
I would say fear.
Fear. Okay, boom. Let's go. So fear messes it up for relationships. Why?
Yeah. So it could be fear of opening up, being hurt, hurt again, or being hurt, period. Or fear of repeating a past relationship.
Right.
What else? I just think fear. Fear is like the biggest thing. Fear allowing somebody to get close to you and them not being accepted by that person. Fear of being authentically yourself.
Do you fear things or do you agree with this?
Yeah.
So what are the top two things that you fear or you would fear in a relationship? Or does it vary between the type of people or who you might be dating? Like
one fear is she'll leave me for another woman.
Oh.
Whoa. Wait. She will leave you for another woman?
Yeah.
Why is that a fear?
Why is that a fear? That's deep.
I get it.
That's one of my biggest fears, man.
Okay.
Well, that's happening common. That's common, like very common.
We'll dive into it. Let's get the second, and then let's go. All right. So fear that she will leave you for another woman.
Yeah, and flipping the script, man. Like if I marry her and stuff like that, she just become a whole different person.
Okay.
Because I got staying power. I'll stay in something. If I really fucks with you, I'll stay.
Are you gonna? Okay.
And so, man, I can't even imagine marrying a woman and she just, changes. Right after the wedding, it's just like a completely different
literally
person.
takes the veil off.
Yeah. Yeah. So those are my two fears. I have more, but
okay. Babe, what are your two fears? Top two fears when it comes to a relationship?
I think be misunderstood.
That's dope.
Yeah.
We have too many conversations. She just taking
shots fired.
Go ahead, baby. No, that's not.
I'm being funny. I'm being funny. Dog. You don't gotta explain it. I'm just being funny.
Go ahead.
And fear of losing somebody, like losing the person for any reason, not only the one that you say, but like
death.
Unable to keep them or something.
Exactly.
Oh,
like,
death.
Or if they get I don't know, like accident or something like that.
Okay. From that, okay. I get it. Okay,
right. Yeah.
Top two.
Ooh, fear.
Yeah.
No. You going around there? Keep going. Yeah. You next. You can hear.
What can I hear?
Say it again. Who said it? You said first. You can hear.
I say that all the time.
I know. That's what's.
Why you don't hear yourself?
Testing. I think it got lower.
How we got lower?
Testing.
This guy.
Yeah.
No, that's yours.
Testing. Testing 1 2 testing. That's good.
Good. Okay.
So go ahead.
I just turned you up a little bit.
Two fears.
Huh? Okay, but I say this about anything, any kind of relationship, and it's about
communication.
Communication is not a fear. I think that communication is a prime reason why people fall apart.
Okay.
Right. So that would be my answer there. But for me, being misunderstood is one. Okay. Because I feel like I'm the type of person that has the best of intentions, regardless of the situation. Right. And it doesn't just have to be an intimate relationship. So being misunderstood. And then the other part is like the fear that I'm gonna be lied to, right? Because for me, it's about trust, right? And I feel like I should be able to trust you on the most simple things. And I'm not a person that's very easily I'm not easily penetrable, right? And it's not like I can be kind with all kind of people and nice with all kind of people and talk to everybody. And she knows we can go to the store and there's people that work at Starbucks or whatever, this store or that store, and there's people that I've seen before and dealt with, and they're, hey, certain stores that we go to or whatever, and then I come and they're like, they will come out to like greet, because I'm this way. So like being open in this way, no problem. But to get in where there's depth, it takes a lot. Right. So people can know a lot about me, but still not know anything about me. Right. You feel me? So when I feel like I've opened up to someone, now we're talking about an intimate relationship, and then the person can't keep truth with me. Now I feel violated. Now I feel like, wow, I've made myself vulnerable because I want to give 100%. And then like, now you lying to me. Now I don't know if I can continue because it's like, now I'm opening myself up to losing the person, or now I'm distrusting this person because I don't know if I can trust you to say things and open up. And when I'm holding back, I'm either all in or I'm on the fence on the way out. So this gets in the way of the relationship progressing. So being misunderstood and being lied to is extremely difficult for me. And those are probably my biggest fears and probably the biggest reasons why I would have a relationship not work out. Right. So boom, over to you.
I think I'm a fear someone accepting my authentic self. That was like a big fear for me because it's different, different layers. So, I'm not I don't fit in a box. Okay. And so you might catch me and I might be, like a straight, narrow, square kind of dude. And you might see me in another situation like, that ain't the same guy. You know what I'm saying?
We've talked about today.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So, it's so many different layers of me, and just being able to be accepted no matter who or no matter how I am. You know what I'm saying? And so that part is a fear. And then someone not being their authentic self. You know what I'm saying? Like you trying to show me something that you think I want instead of just being yourself, so that way I can know who you are and accept, and love you the way you are. So that's my two biggest fears.
So what do y'all do to combat this? Like in relationships that you're in or have been in, like what do you do to like get to a point or not allow for these things to occur to damage the relationships that you're in, or what have you done in the past to maintain a relationship?
In the past, man, I always kept quiet. I mean, now I'm going to do my best to communicate, my insecurities and stuff like that, things I may struggle with, things I may worry about and stuff like that. But in the past, I stayed quiet. Like I just kept it to myself and just pray to God and nothing happened.
Is there a reason?
Walk a fine line.
Is there a reason for that? Like, do you know why? Or
yeah, because I have a thing with, I have an issue where I just don't like relationships changing, especially if I really, really want to be with this person. I try to, walk this fine line to keep it positive and just keep the person around.
An accommodator. Then.
Yeah, I'll accommodate. I have no problem doing that. I mean, I look at it as just being flexible, mercurial. I'm not rigid.
With that word.
I'm not rigid in my ways. I just believe.
Do you think that you're not rigid?
You think he's not rigid?
No, I don't think I'm rigid.
I'm gonna tell you why I asked the question, because like a lot of the times when people say something, right, and they say it repeatedly, is sometimes they're trying to convince themselves, right, versus just letting you know. Yeah. And I hear you say, and I don't know because I'm not in it, but I hear you say a lot of the times, even the conversation that we just have like off camera, and you say, well, I'm not rigid. So I'm not rigid.
Yeah.
I'm not rigid. And you say that often.
The reason why I said that is because within the last 6 months, I learned about that term.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
My neighbor said it when we were talking, we were just talking, and she had mentioned how she was talking to a guy, and, he was rigid.
What is
and
rigid?
I was just like, and I asked her, I was like, what's rigid? Just stuck in the ways.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was like, what is rigid? And she was like, stuck in his ways and stuff. I was like, oh, I know that's not me. So I say that word a lot because I just literally learned it.
Okay.
6 months ago.
In that way.
Yeah. So I say it a lot. You're not the only one that'll be like, man, you say that a lot. But
I mean, I listen, but
so I just that's just my mindset. Like I just kind of make it known that I'm not stuck in my ways.
Right.
I'm open to change. I'm open to, if I'm not like that episode about conflict about the TV show, like I watch what you want to watch. It's fine. Like I'm not that stuck in my way where I like, okay, I got to watch this show. I don't care. All right, you want to watch that? Let's watch it.
But isn't there a thin line between being rigid and accommodating, and then also getting what you want and or deserve in a relationship? You know what I mean?
If
like,
that's my focus, but I mean,
wait, if what's your focus? Because your focus
getting
should
what
be
I want, like getting what I want. I'm not going to make it an end all be all. Like I'm more of the man. We spending quality time together. I don't care what we watching. That's my thing.
You don't
I don't
see
care
it.
if
I
it's,
see what you're saying.
I don't care if it's I want to watch this football game. You want to watch ballet. All right, cool. Because if I fucks with you and I love you, all right, fuck it.
Okay,
Like the football thing will be fine. I can watch highlights later. I can go on YouTube watch highlights.
You don't see it the way you saying it.
No. But it's not that I'm seeing it that way. Fair enough, right? But is it like that all the time? Do you get what I'm saying? Because like I said, there is a difference in being accommodating, right, versus getting what you want sometimes. So if every time the person said, because you've already said you used to keep it to yourself, right? You really didn't say much. And then you're very accommodating. We know that. We see, as your friend, as your guy, like as your man, as your boy, whatever. We see that. So it's like, would you, like, how am I going to put this? So it's a difference in,
when will they accommodate?
Okay, babe. Like, we can watch what you want to watch, or we can eat what you want to eat, or we can go to where it is you want to go. But is it going to be like that every single time because you're not rigid and you don't want to? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, there has to be a point where you're like, okay, I want to do what I want to do in this relationship too, because she should also benefit from what you like and what you love and what you want to introduce to the relationship. Otherwise, tell her go be by herself. Because if she's going to do everything that she loves to do only, what the hell she need you for? And I'm speaking to everybody here, everybody listening. Yeah. What does the other person need you for if everything that y'all do is
what she does, what she likes? Yeah,
that happened with me before. Like
really?
Yeah. I was dating somebody, and then he was doing every single thing that I wanted. I was like, "You want to choose something? Let's choose something to watch." He's like, "Whatever you like."
Oh, you going to America?
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, let's go to this restaurant, whatever. So we in the restaurant, I say, what do you want to eat? And he was like, oh, I'll eat the same. Whatever you like. What you like? I say, I want to know more about you. What you would like to eat.
Right.
I like everything. It's fine. So I would choose. In the beginning, that's fine. I liked it. And I was like, okay, anything I want?
Right.
Okay. But then after some time, I was like, everything is me, everything. And then we were fighting, like, not fighting, but like arguing about that, because I was like, I want to know what you like to do, what you want to do. I can't help
but think of that movie.
I
know you know what I like.
It was exactly
I know you know what I like because you were trained to know what I
really
like. But what I want to know is, what is it that you like?
Whatever you like.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and then I was like, I just realized that he wouldn't change. I was like, I need you to have some attitude, like to do something, to tell me what do you like, to take the lead sometimes, like, and tell me what is it that you want to do, what is it that everything's on me. I liked it, but then now it's time for you to show me what is, and it didn't work. So you have to have a. So
what did you do though? Like, how did you had this conversation, or you was just like, I'm out?
I'm out.
Or he called.
I was like, I'm good, and then I was just avoiding him. I just ghosted him.
Okay. Well then.
Because then I told.
What did you do?
No. Oh no.
Wrong choice of words on this show.
Because sorry, I didn't mean.
I'm protecting my guy. Damn you.
Because I already, but I had that conversation before, and then I told him I need you to be more like. He's like, okay, I'll do it. I get it. I understand.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try my best. And then I was checking. It wasn't really, but I had that conversation before.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And then after, sometimes I was like, like.
Yeah.
But I explained, and then after, I didn't ghost him like that. I was like, okay, I think it's better if we just go slow or whatever, and then I explained to him later.
All right, what about expectations then? Right? So with this, then it comes to, obviously the person doesn't know what it is that you want. Y'all just met. The relationship is new, right? But in your mind, I mean, I know you ain't last time you did it was like 1985. I get it.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying?
82.
So 82, my bad. So, but you going into a relationship, you baby, when you used to go into a relationship, right? When you used to go into a relationship, you have certain expectations, right? And the other person isn't going to know what those are. Right. Yeah, okay, it might be like, oh, I want to kiss you, I want to touch you, I want to go hang out with you, I want to be with you, whatever. But real expectations, something with sustenance, right? That's going to make or help that relationship grow, last, and become something that both of y'all want to hold on to.
Right.
So how do you go into it when, because that's a big thing. So how do you go into a relationship and like make sure that the other person understands your expectations, so that this is something that doesn't become a conflict or an issue or a problem that becomes the demise of the relationship?
Right.
How do you?
I suck at that.
Okay.
Oh, that's what's up.
So, I suck at that. Expressing my expectations and stuff, what I expect her to do and stuff like that. Yeah, that's all I can say, man. That's something I'm working on.
Yeah.
I think I hold back because I don't want to lose the person. I like I said, I fear that change in relationship with them, her walking out and stuff like that. So a lot of times I haven't really worked on the expectation,
right.
Expressing the expectation and stuff and what I expect from her.
So let me ask. So
that's crucial.
You don't hang on. You don't, because you don't want to ask those questions, right? And your fear of losing the person.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a fear of losing a person, but you don't express what it is that's going to make you happy while being with the person. So essentially you're holding on to someone that doesn't meet your expectations potentially, and you don't rock the boat, and you're going to hold on to somebody again that doesn't meet your expectations. Like, how do you build the value there that makes you want to stay?
I mean, I think when I look at some of the healthy relationships that I've had, it's always been a great conversation started, and we just talk, and she knows me, gets to know me. She figures me out. She hears things that I say, and she's like, okay, like there's been times where that has come up,
right? Where
it's like, okay, we're just having simple conversation and stuff like that. To answer your question, I mean, I don't think it's like that fully. Like,
but you don't think it's like what though?
But you just said that you pretty much don't open up to somebody. You kind of do a lot of accommodating. So how do they get to know you if you're accommodating all the time?
They'll eventually get to know me. Like I said, there's been relationships where they've gotten to know me, like through conversation, through going out, through just everyday living, everyday conversing. So it comes out. I guess it just depends on the person.
Maybe.
It depends on the vibe that I get from the person.
Where is the line at though? Because you said eventually the person figures you out, right? I got it. Both people in a relationship, it should be a 50-50 effort, for lack of better percentages, right. A 50-50 effort of both people to try to make something happen and become something, right? To make it grow. But where is the line at? Because if you're not giving the person what they need to know and you're waiting on them to figure you out, that's kind of like a setup for failure.
I think I give them what they need to know. I mean, it's not direct, but I think it's a lot of times it's indirectly.
Like, but why not direct though? Because I'm sorry, baby, but you got now it's the guessing of the other person. What if they guess wrong?
It's almost, I don't know. I don't know if this is the same example, but you know, I've dated women where they'll be like, I'm not going to tell you I like the door open, because if I tell you, you're going to open the door. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking it's similar to that, where it's like, we just going to hang out. We're going to vibe. You're going to see where I'm at. You're going to see there's going to be times I'm going to get pissed off and I'm a vent. You're going to see how I am from that. There's going to be times where I'm happy. I got good news. I got a new job. You can see how I respond to that. If we go to the beach, you'll see, man, I'm in the water playing like a little kid. Oh, man, he like water. Oh, he loves water. He likes being at the beach. Go to a restaurant. Oh, man, you always ordering that. Yeah, because I love pasta. I love Italian. I love, you know, so I don't directly say like, yes, I love pasta.
This
yes,
no
I love
dating.
the beach.
This ain't no dating
yes,
show.
I love the thing.
You're not facing me
yes,
giving your profile.
You know, I think it's more like, and I think that's as organic as it can possibly be. Just you meet someone, you're hanging out, and after 6 months of hanging out, you're like, you know what, yeah. Or whatever, 6 months, 3 months, whatever.
Okay.
I just threw a number out.
Yeah.
Question.
What if she asks you the question? Like, you don't
I would answer.
say over there, but if you're okay answering the questions that she asks you, and you open up if she comes to you, hey, what is your favorite drink? What is this? What do you like to do? La la la. Would you open up?
Yes, I will.
So maybe that's why it goes like that.
No, I would open up. I mean, I've been asked a lot of questions because people always try to figure me out. I'm very mysterious. I'm very low key. So people always, you know, try to figure me out. So when I get asked the question, I have no problem answering it. But a lot of times I'm in the mindset right now that nothing's set in stone. So like I always throw that caveat out there, like, okay, yeah, I like the beach, but I may not like the beach every day. There may be a time where I'm like, man, I don't want to do that. And the person may just keep on pushing the beach. I'm like, I don't want to do that. You know, so
like
I always,
the beach.
Huh? You say,
Well, you say like the beach.
yeah, but then I throw the caveat that it's not set in stone. Again, the R word, rigid. Like I'm not like, there's a time where I may not want to go to the beach.
No, but you, in a way though, you are rigid. Just with what you said, just that element. I'm not saying you're a rigid person. Okay. So for clarity, I'm just saying in that example, you are, because you're like, yeah, I'm not going to volunteer the information. She's going to figure it out. And if she asks me, then I will tell her. That's rigid.
I don't think that's 100%.
Wait, hang on. So, and the reason that I say that is because let's say you're dating this woman.
Right.
All right. And what you said was, she's going to see that I like to go to the beach. And then she's going to realize, oh, he's playing like a kid in the water. He like to go to the beach. But what if she doesn't see it like that? What if she looks at you and she thinks, this childish motherfucker, right? And what if she never, ever volunteers to go to the beach with you, right? So now you just said, I'm not going to tell her. If she asks me, then I will answer her. I have no problem answering the question. But if she doesn't figure it out, okay, he's playing like a little kid in the beach. He must like the beach. Tick, got it in my notes on Kingsley. But if she never ever talks about going to the beach, now you sitting here like, man, this bitch don't know I like to go to the beach. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's she doing? Why she don't never ask me to go to the beach? Why don't you just tell her? And if you don't open up and volunteer, see, my thing is this. I just think that any of us in any relationship, friends, my lady, be proactive. Be proactive. That's it. Be proactive, because if we're constantly being in a state of being reactive, then something is going to happen that's not what we want, or maybe what we expected, or maybe what we don't need. If I constantly sit and I wait for something to happen, right, instead of being proactive, I might not get what I want. When I met this woman, what was the first thing I asked you?
What's your intentions?
Why you gotta say it like that?
Because you say like
no, I did not.
I mean, you texted, and then I was like,
not. But I did. I wanted to know what her intentions were, because I knew what I was looking for, and I didn't want to waste my time. I considered that being proactive. Now, I could have talked to her for weeks on end and never mentioned what it is that I want, and then maybe just hoped that by my action and by my conversation that she would
like that,
no, but I'm just saying, but like I could have hoped that, oh well, she sees, for example,
right,
I'm not talking to any other women. She sees that I message her good morning, good afternoon, and good night every single day. She sees that every time I go out, I'm asking if she wants to go out. She sees that if I'm going on vacation, I'm saying, hey baby, are you off so we can go on vacation together? Right. Like I can say, well, she's seeing all of this. kind of like going to the beach and playing like a kid. She's seeing I'm doing all of this. How does she not know my intentions are to be in a serious, committed relationship?
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying? So I have to do something to be proactive. Hey, just so you know, I'm offering my weekends to you because I want to spend time with you.
Some people don't like that.
Listen,
Some people call that throwing it back in their face. Like,
Huh?
wait,
And
throwing
they
what?
don't deserve
Throwing
it.
what in their face? I mean, but what are you throwing in their face?
I wanna hang out.
I'm not asking.
no, the way he said it, like,
What?
I'm just letting you know, I'm taking my weekends off to hang out with you. Like,
No,
some people
I'm not.
like
I'm
that.
not saying. No, I'm
He
not
didn't
saying
say
it like
that.
that. I didn't
He
say
didn't
it like
say
that.
that.
No. I'm
No,
just
he
saying.
said-
I'm letting look like this. Like I don't think we even had this conversation. I think she actually did know, right? But I'm just saying if I am spending every weekend with her, right? And if there's a part of me that thinks she might not have understood that me spending every weekend with her means that I want something serious with her. If I got that feeling, I'm gonna be like, babe, you know that every weekend we're together. And I do that because I want to be with you. Like I value your time.
Really?
Yeah, girl.
Oh, I thought we were just.
No.
Nothing to do.
I want to spend time with you. I want to get to know you. I want you in my life.
Oh, really?
This is not, yeah, baby, you already know this now. But you know what I'm saying? So it's like that. So I not in a rigid way, you know what I mean? So I think all I'm saying is I think that we should be proactive
Right.
as human beings, as adults, to go after what we want.
Yeah.
And if we sit and we expect or we hope that people will catch on to what it is we're doing or not doing, then we're setting ourselves up for failure.
Right.
And essentially we probably won't get exactly
Exactly
what
what
it
we
is
want.
that we want. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but what's your thoughts on it?
Nah, I forgot the question now. We was on him for so long.
As always.
You just have you have an outlook that intrigues me sometimes. And I like to dive into it. That's
I don't know. I just sometimes, right now, I just feel like the ideas that I just sit there and don't say. Like, there's been times where I express, like, hey, yo, this is what I like. But I'm in a place right now where I'm just like, I know.
You want somebody to get to know you.
I'm just on this organic, like, just make it organic. Like, let's just hang out. You'll see how I am I can put on a great show for you. I just met you on the site. I can put on a great show. I love the beach. Yeah, I love fire. Do you see me when I'm angry? Do you see me when I'm happy? Do you see me when I get off work and I'm pissed off? Do you see me when I'm like, I can't sit there and be like, yeah, so I hate my job. And yeah, when I get off work, you're going to hear that I'm going to complain a lot. No, like.
Nobody's saying that you have to do that. But if you did do that, maybe the person would appreciate at least your candor. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying that we need to sit and we need to narrate every emotion prior to us experiencing that emotion or prior to the person experiencing you have that emotion.
Right.
I'm not saying that at all.
Right.
And I think it's a good thing to allow things to happen instead of dictating the feelings to the people right before they, get to see it themselves. If I come home and I'm, my vein on the side of my head is pulsating, that usually means that I'm in a bad mood. So watch out when I come through the door. Like, no, I'm not saying that. But I'm also saying that if somebody did say that, then maybe they're doing it off of experience. Maybe they're going off of saying, you know what, the last couple people that I dated, they couldn't tell when I was upset. I don't know how somebody couldn't tell that. And they're like, you know what, I'm gonna just be proactive and I'm just gonna let her know, listen, if I come home and you see me like this or I'm in this kind of way, baby, just give me like 5 minutes. Let me just decompress. Let me whatever. Because maybe their experience in the past was somebody couldn't. Like they come home and it's like, guess who's home? You are. That Kevin Hart said, you are. Yeah. And it's like, yo, relax. I need to give me a minute. Let me breathe, So, and all of this is going to be based off experience too. So I'm not saying that what you're saying is wrong. I'm just saying we shouldn't be rigid. We should look at both sides. Sometimes we need to let it happen. Sometimes we need to tell the person what it is. And you are the one that's going to know best for your individual relationships, what's going to work.
And it's different from
nothing
each
that
relationship.
for the record, nothing that you have said is wrong. Nothing that you have said is something that I disagree with. I'm just saying, as you said, throwing in a caveat, be proactive as well. Sure, let things happen. Let things come to you. Let things go to them. But also be proactive. And it's up to you to decide when is the best time to do that, I think. What you think, man?
I agree.
We didn't put you here to agree.
I agree because also, women like that, you know? Like, we like when you guys open up. We really appreciate when a guy come to us and express what they like, express what they feeling. We're like, oh, okay, he's open up. You know, like, okay, I appreciate that. Sometimes she will say it. Sometimes she'll just, okay, let me keep you on the side. Nice. Check. You know, like in the back of her head. Even if she doesn't tell you anything. But she will appreciate that as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, I don't know, I think this generation right now, people are starting to understand the difference between words and actions. And I can sit here and tell you 1,000 things about me, but I think the best thing is to just see me in the element of, you know, because people can talk a good game. That's another thing I keep saying for the last 3 months.
But game
people
is different.
Very good game.
Talking a good game is
whatever.
different.
It only lasts for so long.
What will disprove the talking of the good game?
I mean, you definitely
The
actions, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like
Right.
you'll meet people that match the actions and the words, but if it's not genuine, it'll always stop.
Right.
Guaranteed.
Right.
But what you just said makes it seem like there is an assumption that the things that the person is going to tell are flattering things about the person. Because when you say a person can talk a good game, we all know what that means. You know, I'm the type to open up doors. You know, I'm a cook for you every night. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm gonna take you on vacations every summer. This is talking a good game, right? This is usually positive things that reflect positively on the person that's doing the talking, right? I'm not saying that. I'm saying a person may say, listen, you may watch something on TV and see somebody skydiving, right? Be like, babe, listen, that's not something that I do. Okay. Maybe they had a traumatic accident in the past. Maybe they experienced something. Maybe they lost somebody to that. This is being open, saying, you know, or whatever. Or maybe there's a certain place that they don't want to go because of something that happened in their life or whatever. So it's just about communicating about your experiences, about your feelings. It doesn't necessarily have to be flattering. And oftentimes it's not. And that's usually why you want to get it out there. You know what I mean? The positive things, I agree. Majority of those, let those happen. Because you're right. Anybody can talk a good game. What I'm talking about is giving valuable information about yourself to the person that they may not be in a position to just see it, understand it. And if it does happen, right? If something does happen related to that subject, it might be too late. Do you get what I'm saying? Like it just might be. I don't know. I don't even want to give any examples, but it just might be too late. That's what I'm saying. So no, it's not about talking a good game because it's not about all positive things, right? It's just about getting the person to understand.
Right.
So what about your culture, right? Like if there's a clash between how it is, and it's not even about being black and something else or whatever, but I mean, we're all African Americans here, right? Well, yeah. We're all African American, yeah. That's. I had to think about. I was
Haitian
trying.
American, yeah.
Haitian American.
But I mean,
Yeah,
I know,
yeah.
but it's still. I mean, you're American. You're African
American.
descent, and you know.
I make sure I throw that Haitian in
You
there.
don't count the other half too, like considering the history.
I actually started saying Afro-Haitian American.
Wait, you were born in? You weren't born in Haiti,
No, I was born in America.
So you
American.
right?
Yeah, I'm American,
you're
but I still
root-
throw my...
Right, but I'm just saying, but the other half because you were born there. That's why I was thinking about it. I was like, wait a minute, no, he was born in the U.S. That's why I paused. But
Yeah, because I've battled with, should I date a Haitian woman or should I stick to African Americans, you know, stuff like that. So
Oh, wow.
that's why I made it clear, like,
Afro.
yeah, because I have struggled with that. Like, do I
Really?
really want to be with... Yeah.
Why?
what did you decide? Yeah, I'm curious.
Oh, what did I decide?
No. What
Honestly,
made you struggle with that?
I've always liked African American women. I don't know. Growing up, I've always liked African American women, and
Fetishizer.
I really don't know why. But that, yeah.
Is there a difference?
Well, culture. I mean, because a Haitian woman can make some Haitian food for you, understand the culture, could speak Haitian Creole with, have jokes, have banter.
Right.
You know, in Haitian Creole, you know what I'm saying?
Been around them.
And and so
It's got good batter, you know.
That's exactly what he said.
but yeah, so
On you go. Good batter. Go ahead.
but yeah, so that was something I struggle with relationships.
Okay, so you would be. I mean, okay, so it's different because
we have some friends that's from Haiti, and they
you say it like it's a curse word. We have
From
you know the place. You know where they from.
same place you from. But I'm saying like, and you can see the dynamics of they both being from the same culture and they have that connection.
Yeah.
So I can see what I was just trying to get.
So so pose a question to you. I don't want to get, but it fits, right?
Yeah.
So being African American, Haitian American, and then your dating has primarily been with African American women, right? And this is your preference, right? No problem. How is that? Has that ever been an issue when it came to like
Your culture.
the culture, and how you guys deal with that in a relationship?
Not really. I remember I dated one woman in college, and I remember I mentioned Haitian food, and she was like, "You're not gonna be eating that." And I remember thinking like, that scared me because I'm like, I don't want to lose my root. Like, man, I don't want to distance myself from who I am, because I had just started finding out about the Haitian culture, finding out about myself and learning about myself. So, and when she uttered those words, I was like,
What'd you say?
It's not gonna work.
What'd you say?
what I said. Honestly, I really don't remember.
You just used to sneak the meals in the corner. That's what you.
Well, this was in college, so there weren't a lot of get-togethers amongst Haitians. Yeah, there weren't. I mean, this was Tallahassee, Florida, so there weren't any Haitian restaurants, and stuff like that. So I, by default, I just was away from the culture in general, from the food and stuff like that. But yeah, she was on some health kick too. So,
what did you? I mean,
what was your response?
Did she? Yeah, did she? She said to you, "You're not gonna be eating that." What was your response to that?
I honestly can't remember the response, but I know we dated for a long time. So I don't know when in the relationship she said that. I don't know if it was the tail end, middle, or the beginning. But I remember she uttered those words. But
did you stop eating your Haitian food?
Well, I wasn't really having Haitian food because I was in Tallahassee, so there really wasn't anyone there cooking.
You don't know how to cook Haitian food?
No, at that time, no.
Okay.
Now I do, but not at that time.
Oh, really?
You ain't brought none to the studio there.
That's selfish.
This is bad.
This brother selfish. This brother selfish.
For real.
Selfish brother.
Selfish.
Selfish brother.
Hashtag. Shy brother, selfish brother.
Nah,
So
but yeah,
selfish.
So I mean, with the culture thing.
So what would you say now? If you were to date a woman right now, right?
And she said you're not
eating that mess. How would you handle that? Clash of culture. He breathing into the mic. This is serious.
Yeah. I mean,
Strap
so many,
on your seatbelts.
Y'all dating. Y'all not. You haven't hit that
we're
love.
dating.
Yeah, you gotta set the stage because there's different parts. You know, brother over here, selfish brother. Well, if it's love,
But he won't be selfish. She'll be like, "You're not eating that." He'll be like, "Well, I do love you."
That's what I'm saying. Like you gotta set the stage.
And
different
Haitian food
stages.
is a little salty.
So you meeting, y'all getting to know each other. You not in love with her. You know what I'm saying? Y'all dating. She said y'all just had an organic conversation.
Yeah.
And you were saying, and you were telling her like, yeah, you're about your culture and the food you like. And she say, oh, you're not going to, if we're together, you're not going to eat that.
I still hanging in there with it. Yeah. I'm still hanging in there with it because it's still new. Just keep giving it time. Like I'm.
So you think she'll change her mind?
Unlike some people, I don't have a good strong cutoff game. So I'll stay in there and talk, get to know, and
Sure, I cut you off like an unpaid bill.
Do you have? do you have a? Huh?
You don't like feijoada?
Oh
no, I'm sorry.
Do you have? Because I'm looking at this.
Bottom line.
Well, yeah, kind of. Because I'm thinking about this. Hearing your response, I'm thinking about like when it comes to expectations, right? And it's actually the example that I was given without even knowing this history. And I'm thinking it's an experience that somebody's had before. So now somebody's like, man, I dated a woman before that didn't want me to have Haitian food. I'm never gonna do that mess again. There are ways to bring up the topic without being like, well, you know, one of my expectations is I'm going to have Haitian food. I don't care what you or your mama say. Like, there's ways to do it. You know, like maybe when you go on a date, go to a restaurant that has Haitian food. You get a dish that is a Haitian dish and see how she reacts. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's ways to but you get what I'm saying? Yeah. To like see, but like, oh, you should get this. This is good. This is, my mom used to make this. My uncle used to make the whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is, you know, whatever. So see how she responds to that. And then that kind of gives you an idea like, oh, she ain't even down to eat Haitian food. You've asked the question without asking the question. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah. You've done an indirect thing.
Yeah, so, that was actually my thought. Caveat. Yeah, don't caveat. That was when you were asking me that. I remember thinking like, okay, give it time. Maybe I can take her to a Haitian restaurant. Yeah, so that's why I'm just not going to be quick to stop it. Yeah, because I mean, I do go by the 80-20 rule. Like, I can't get someone that's 100% everything, you know. So, you know, if we vibe and you're just telling me I can't eat Haitian food, I'm going to find, you know, I'm not going to be quick to cut it off. Right. You know, I'm just going to just.
What's the 80-20 rule?
You're gonna, in a relationship, you'll get 80%, but Mr. 20.
80% of what you want and 20% of something else.
Sounds like it goes the other way.
Or 20%.
No.
Sounds like it going the other way.
No, it's like you'll get 80% of what you want in that relationship, but the other 20% don't cut it off because you're missing that 20%. Or to go to someone that might have that 20 that you're missing,
and
something like that.
And they're missing 80%.
Yeah, it's a real name for it. Philando, not Philando, but it starts with a P.
Castillo?
That's what I said. No, that's what I was like. Oh, no.
I was like, where's that's not the topic.
Rest in peace. But nah, I get the name for it. But yeah, that just kind of, and it was in a Tyler Perry movie.
It was. I know. I just asked her.
So what is it then?
Like 80%. You get what he said.
You get 80%, but 20 you won't get. And if you go somewhere else to get the 20%,
you only gonna get 80% of what you want in a relationship, and then the other 20% you gotta learn to live with, something like that.
Well, I don't know. I ended up getting like 60-70% of what I wanted, and then she threw in another like 40-50% of some stuff I didn't even know existed, and now I'm like sitting at 100 and something%, and I'm like, this is good. Right. So I don't know. It depends.
Yeah, way to clean it up. Way to clean it up.
I had it set from the start. I know these rappers how we do.
I mean, historically, a lot of the women I've dealt with enjoyed the fact that I can cook.
Okay.
And I remember telling them, it's Haitian food. Oh, the fact that you can cook, shit. Like, so I mean, a lot of people have, a lot of the women I've dated have embraced that stuff. So it's a rarity.
Women have dropped their standards lately. Like a woman can be impressed because you know how to wash clothes and not, make your white t-shirts look like a pink t-shirt when it's done. So I think like standards have dropped significantly over the years, which is sad, brothers out there. Y'all need to get y'all act together. So I don't know. But
it could be the decline of the relationships and marriages.
I mean, I definitely think so. Like it's, I don't know.
Cooking is cooking.
So okay,
The cooking is cooking.
Talk to them, man.
Cooking is cooking.
Cooking is cooking. What you mean?
If you really know how to cook, you go half.
You go half on cooking? Oh, no.
Go half of it. Huh. I mean, not half, but a lot. Like, because woman will think in way further. Like, for example, okay, he can cook, so that means I can cook too, but that means
he'll do
be
all the
helping.
Cooking. Oh.
Sometimes he will do it, sometimes I will do it. We can cook together. I like cooking. Or if she doesn't like, thanks God, at least he know how to do it.
Right.
I don't know nothing. You know what I mean? So it's a thing now. Like, is a good thing.
So if y'all had to give like advice to anybody, right? You've been in relationships since '82. You've had relationships that have been successful over the years, and you're a vet when it comes to I think the diversity, right? Like for you, because you've dated women of different ethnic backgrounds, correct?
No, mostly. but mostly black women.
So you've never dated outside
I dated
of African American race?
Hispanic. I dated a Hispanic woman back in like high school. That was
that don't count.
yeah. So like in college, post college.
No, just African American women.
Just, yeah.
Nah, but I mean high school, man. Like, really?
It's still some people consider that real love.
No, her dad was crazy.
It's puppy love. I don't know what it is. So, but okay, so being in a relationship for an extended period of time.
Well, you got me out here like I'm father time. Like
you don't want to be like, I ain't been in a relationship. I ain't dated since 82. Like, God, hey, that's the. But it's a significant amount of time. You having had successful relationships over time, because you've had quite lengthy relationships.
Yeah.
You've not been somebody that's been out there, which I can respect.
right.
You the same. You've had lengthy relationships. So what would y'all say if you had to give somebody listening advice? Like, relationships aren't working. Mm-hmm. So what's the advice that you would give to somebody that's listening and watching? How can they keep it going in their relationship? How can they make it work? What's something that they need to do that you feel will be a proactive measure that would contribute to the success of their relationship? Boom. There we go.
I would say they need to know themselves and communicate to the other person, and it should be on both ends. Ask questions. You know, definitely have fun. Have the organic.
You ain't got to give all the answers.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Know themselves. Communicate.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah. Enjoy yourself, Kings.
First thing that came to my mind was stop the bullshit. A lot of bullshit that goes on in relationships. Watching from a distance, watching other people's hashtag relationship goals. Like, just stop the bullshit, man. Embrace who you are. Like you said, know who you are. Yeah, that's all I got to say,
baby.
I would say don't lower your standard, and know what you want and know what you don't really want, and be open to change, halfway to compromise. I think that's the biggest advice.
Okay.
I would give the other half of what you said when you were saying know yourself. I would say make sure that you find somebody that accepts you for who you are. Right. That self that you figured out or in the process of figuring out, not just accepts you for who you are, but that they have an understanding of your growth path that's ahead, and they're willing to work with you and grow with you, because we're all changing every day, right?
We should be.
And some for the bad, some for the better, there's a mixture, but all of that is subjective. It depends on who you're asking the question to, right? So I would want somebody that is going to accept me for who I am and willing to accept who I may become as I go through this growth of my own. You know what I mean? Because that's something that is also going to be new to me. So it's scary because you don't know how you're going to grow. You don't know how long it's going to take you to finish that sprout or whatever. So you want somebody that's going to be there with you through the process. And for me, myself, I've actually had this conversation. You see what I'm saying? Because that would have been because we started talking, but that would have been my other fear. Right? Somebody not willing to grow with me and allow me to grow into who I am. Right. So it's extremely important for me. You was about to say something.
I was just going to, based on what you were saying, I was just, having that staying power. Of course, if it's not abuse or cheating or anything like that, but like learning someone, growing with someone, watching someone, like you said, sprout into this being. Because I approach the Buddhist mindset where it's just like, we are a sum of our experiences. We are a sum of things we've been through. So a lot of times we think we know ourselves. We think we this, but tomorrow you may not even like what you liked yesterday. So I'm always just with that idea of like, have some fucking staying power. If it's not cheating or abuse, okay, but just have some staying power. Just see individuals for where they are and just learn like what you said, they're still growing. And I think a lot of people go into these relationships expecting a full-grown person. And it's just like, I'm still growing. Even if I'm 50, I'm still going to learn new stuff if I'm open to learning new stuff. So, Yeah, I was just gonna say, just having, based on what you said, just having staying power and just don't be so fucking quick to cut people off and stuff.
But we don't. I'm with you, but with what I said, people having somebody accept you for who you are, right? Mm-hmm. We have to afford that same opportunity to the other person, right? And I understand and I can appreciate staying power, right? Because you're right, a lot of people give up too quick, okay? In my personal opinion, and it sounds like in yours as well, right? And y'all are nodding, so it sounds like the both of y'all too.
Yeah, patience.
So, right. So, but we also have to remember when we have decided that we want something, or we are something, or this is how something is within ourselves and how we are in a relationship, that other person is also
has a choice,
able to do that. They have a choice. So staying power, it doesn't mean that the other person is weak because they decided to go. It could be that other person has experienced something in you and they're like, you know what? This isn't a part of my plan. This is not a part of my expectations. And based on my past and my personality, I don't have the power to stay. So it's better for me if I go because this isn't good for me. We have to be selfish when it comes to a relationship. I think too many times people maybe try to be accommodating. You know, like, and I'm not talking about you, but I'm just saying, like, some people do this, right? They're like, well, and then it's now you find yourself 5 years down the road in something that you don't want to be in, you know, and it may be a kid later or 2 kids or, you know, whatever. You've got property together and now you feel stuck. And it's all because you were accommodating and you let stuff slide and you were just this. So we have to be selfish, right? Staying power is great. Because that's what's going to help us, not play on words, no pun intended, but that's what's going to help us stay, right? So, but the other side is, are we happy? Because the whole point of finding somebody to share your life with is to be happy. Why the hell I want to chill and kick it with you for the rest of my life and I'm miserable and you're going to pick up on it and then you're going to be miserable and then everybody around is going to, well, I want to hang out with them. They miserable. And then you in this situation, the miserable couple that don't nobody want to kick it with. Both of y'all don't like each other. Hell, you don't even want to play checkers together. Just split up, go. So staying power sometimes isn't the best thing to have, right?
Right.
So, but listen, want y'all to go in the comments, talk to us, tell us what you think about it. What is it that you would tell somebody? How would you tell somebody to work on their relationship? How would you advise somebody on having stay power, or, you know, making a decision to go? What's best? Listen, the brother to my immediate left is Kingsley. My man across the couch is Mel. And my baby is here to my left. I am OMEHGA. And this is Diverse Clarity. This is where we have those thought-provoking conversations about things that matter and some that don't. We will catch you next episode.